I want you to imagine being in love with someone and knowing that they are the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with. But then you're told that you're not allowed to get married and you'll never be recognized as an actual couple in the eyes of the law. Now, this is what members of the LGBTQ plus community have to go through or continue to go through in different parts of the world, which is why same-sex marriage should be legal and in every place in the world. I think that this is a basic human right that everybody should have the access to equal marriage and marriage equality. And while many of you might not know someone in the community personally, or you might have reservations about the community or like from your upbringing or your teachings or whatever, the right for people to marry in the eyes of the law is a basic human right. It has no adverse side effects on you personally or on society as a whole. LGBTQ plus individuals should have the right and access to same-sex marriage because it improves the mental/physical health of couples and gives them a sense of relationship stability and offers legal and financial benefits to them as well. So most of you might not be in the community personally. So how does access to same-sex marriage affect or matter to you, and why should you care? So basically, access to same-sex marriage has shown to improve the mental or physical health of people in the LGBTQ plus community. So according to an article by the publication Rand, when states started to first legalize marriage in the United States, the health of LGBTQ individuals in those states improved with the increased use of healthcare and the increased coverage of health insurance as well, along with the decrease of sexually transferred infections that were going throughout the community as well. There was also a decrease in suicide rate amongst adolescents in the community, which kind of shows that they had hope. And then in another article by NPR, they stated that a study that was done in Massachusetts showed that gay men in the state experience fewer stress-related disorders such as hypertension, depression, and adjustment disorders after the state permitted gay marriage. So I want to ask you, like, wouldn't you be happier and less stressful if you no longer felt that you had to hide yourself or hide who you were, hide your love, and you can share your relationship and be recognized in the eyes of the law? The answer is probably yes. So in the research that I did, there was a consensus that after the legalization of same-sex marriage in the United States, there was a decrease in stress and the overall improvement of mental health in LGBTQ plus individuals. So why would legalizing it around the world have the same effect? But if the betterment of the health of the people in the community is not reason enough, how about wanting to have a sense of stability in your relationship? So how would you feel if you were in a relationship with someone and you were sure you wanted to spend the rest of your life with them, but the law said that you couldn't? What about your relationship makes it less real than any other person's relationship? So access to same-sex marriage will allow LGBTQ plus individual couples to feel more secure in their relationship. In a study conducted by UCLA, they found that many, or 83% of married same-sex couples, reported that they feel more safe and secure now that they are married. Couples reported that they feel marriage has been able to strengthen their relationship. And when you get married to someone, you're basically saying that this is the person you are committing to for the rest of your life, or hopefully the ultimate, and the ultimate level is the ultimate level of commitment for some. So marriage for a lot of people gives them more confidence in the relationship and the love they have for their partner. In addition to same sex couples being physically and mentally healthier and feeling more secure in their relationships, they will also have more financial and legal stability with access to same sex marriage. So, with access to legal same sex marriage, couples will have more legal and financial rights. So, according to an article by Investopedia, being able to get married affords same sex couples the potential access to their partner's employment benefits, joint tax filings, and exemptions, as well as domestic violence protections. Also, with marriage, same-sex couples are now recognized as family and can be allowed visitation, and say in medical decisions if something were to happen to their partner and things of that effect. So I want you to imagine if something were to happen to your partner and you were not allowed to see them because their family wouldn't allow it, or simply because you were not recognized as family in the eyes of the law, or because of this, you wouldn't be able to have access to any of your partner's benefits if something were to happen. And do you think that's fair or that's right? As a society, same-sex partners receive each other's benefits and legal protection benefits, all because it allows others to have access as well. So if everybody can have access to their partner's benefits, then that kind of makes it accessible to everyone then. So my opposition or the counter argument might argue that same-sex marriage is a sin. So, in several religions, mainly Christianity, it is taught that homosexuality is a sin against God. However, when examined further, it has been theorized that there have been some misinterpretations of the original text that was the Bible and the scripture that the people often cite to this fact does not apply in the same context. Some would even say that the Bible does not even address same-sex marriage. And how can love and acceptance be a high value in many of the religions, and yet people who love differently are condemned? There are several scriptures in the Bible that people go against every day, but when people want to be true to themselves and love without fear, they are shunned and called perverts. So, according to an article written by Cap, the 7 verses people often refer to that condemns homosexuality do not actually refer to that in the appropriate context, but these lessons speak of rape, child molestation, bestiality, and other practices that hurt others and compromise a person's relationship with God. Also, through Jesus' teachings were all about love and uplifting actions and attitudes, humility, mercy, and compassion. He condemned violence, oppression, and cold-heartedness and social injustice. Never once did Jesus refer to what we call homosexuality as a sin. So in conclusion, I want you to think about if you were in the position where you couldn't marry a person you loved, and in the eyes of the law, you were no more than friends or roommates. Now picture your family members or your friends going through it. Does that seem fair? Does that seem like a fair life to have, to live? And what is so wrong or different about LGBTQ plus people where they are condemned for who they love and how they love? These are the questions that need to be considered when addressing the issue of legalizing same-sex marriage across the world. Thank you.